Hello, Ender. As per usual, I cannot understand how to make it let me know what sound is actually going on. So, just assure me that if you can actually, I don't know, hear anything. Like, theoretically, you should be hearing some Minecraft. Theoretically, you should be hearing some music. Theoretically, you should be hearing some me also. Hi. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is lovely. This is gorgeous. This is wonderful. I hate everything. So, yeah. Let's pop that out so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Come on, minimize. Thank you. Nope. Nope. We're doing delightfully well. Why are you so... Be small. Be small. Be small and sit. Not you. You're... Okay. So I've actually made... Hello. Let's try that again with the actual thing. I went ahead and... I just deleted it. I literally just sent that to my recycling bin. This is why I don't move anything from my downloads folder, and why my downloads folder gets so big, it actually, like, has a delay. Hello, well, how are you? I don't know if you can call it teaching, because it's just me doing a really bad job following an instruction set. I need a .hex file. Item type is... .hex file. Beautiful. Pop it to my desktop. Like that, we'll restore it. Back into my beautiful thing. Hello, Wolf. How are you? We are trying to do, hopefully there's a link in the description to a tutorial that a beautiful person made, for a spell. And I am trying to pull it up into, oh my gosh, what have I done with my browser? Are you here? Are you here? Are we this good? Are you good? No, we're not good. All right. We're doing, look at our menu. Hi. Yes. So good. All right. I swear I will have this. I just need to actually have the spell on hand so I can do it. So I copied this out. I just exported a project. I'm trying to import a project, please. And thank you. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Beautiful. So we've got... All right. So now I can do this. 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 I am lying so much. Hello. Hold on. I need to think. So we're going to be that for quiet for a second. Oh, of course, it doesn't make it quiet for me. Yes. So OrbIsInOrbit, one of these very, very smart Hex Casting people, made a tutorial recently that, so what it does, in the demonstration, hello, self, here. In the demonstration, he has some golems set up in a little, like, target zone. I'm not going to really do this, but I don't demonstrate. He fires a bunch of bows into some water, so they're kind of bibble-bobbling around, right? Bibble-bobbling. There we go. That'll represent the arrows. And he takes his artifact and looks at the golems and goes, "Pew." Yeah, I know, shut up. And all of the arrows go really fast. You can't really see them, and they go weep. And all of the golems are instantly dead, unlike this cow, which is not, because I'm not doing it. Okay, I've gotten very just caught up on that. So. Oh, yeah, okay, hi, yes, you. Hello. Though you don't know the pain I've learned. So one thing I learned in Hex Studio, let's say you have some gibbler, whatever. Oh, that was a number, okay. Anyway, so you got, like, whatever. In the studio, if you draw the letter G going into it, so a counterclockwise and then into it, it erases everything. Luckily, it's not actually a real pattern, or at least not anymore. But I was working on, I was trying to make this in studio, and it just died. So one of the things I realized, one of the things I realized is that part of the spell we're dealing with is that we're reading an entity, from something. So he's gotten something to have an entity. And I think, so what makes sense for the entity Is it for it to be the arrows? Like an entity type? Oh gosh, I'm over. My brain. It makes sense for it to be the arrows because later on he does. No, it's not iota embedding. It's straight up in the spell. Actually, I think this thought knot is. Yeah, this thought knot's not right, but it's close enough to work with. As. Wow. Okay, thank goodness I went. So in the spell, that is going to be way too small for you guys to see. All right, it's a basic Thoth situation. Right, we have this sort of. Hold on, let me make it cleaner. Well, but it's not. It's not behaving the way you would with Thoth with embedding. So I'll read. Okay, so in the course of the spell, the following pattern happens. A vacant list gets pushed, then we get. Hold on. Crying out loud. I don't know all of these spells off the top of my head. The following patterns happen to a list of entities. Is that the list? Oh, it's so unclear. Hold on, can I control on to see this? Well, some sort of flux, something with flux happens. Maybe this? So flux happens. You get -1. It's added. We pull a thing from our list, duplicate it, grab information that we had stored to our beautiful little birdies. I don't remember how to beautiful little birdie, probably that. Then we get that location, switch its positions, and it's a subtraction. Oh yeah, okay, so here's where we get the difference of them. Then there's a 15 in there for some reason, and we divide it. Yeah, we divide it, and we impulse? Maybe impulse. That's probably not impulse. We have the thing to actually execute it. Okay. So this is the core of what happens, and it happens to every entity in an area. So kind of in the middle of all of that. Gosh, I'm so sorry. Kind of in the middle of all of this situation, we grab, so sorry. We grab all of the entities around ourselves in a 25 block area. And the problem here is that we're going to try to actually grab entities. Let's see, I think it goes down. This is not going to work. So this is a thing that looks for, this is a zone distillation for entity types. But I don't know how to get the entity types. That feels like the first thing we need to get. So the zone exaltation of the type. So we're going to need to have an entity type on the list, and then we're going to take our position and a number around us. And what I'm not clear from the video is, are we, like, the spell definitely has a scribe's reflection in it. Because that's the only thing that makes sense with Hex Casting and Hexall as our spells. Unless, of course, he was actually using something like a beta. I mean, it's possible he used a macro from, is that also from a hexol? Maybe. But reading out an entity type is the only thing that really makes sense in this position, since otherwise we don't have any way to have an entity type. And in the tutorial, he kind of just like hand waves, and here's that entity type thing that we talked about before, which I don't know if I like missed it, or if he like edited it out and didn't realize, or if he had like meant to talk about it and then put it in and he just didn't. Like, I'm not sure where the problem's coming from on this, but suffice it to say, I didn't register it. Hopefully other people are smarter and can figure it out and can tell me in the comments. So I think that we are supposed to have something that has an entity type on it. The thing that kind of makes sense for that is a focus, because then we can rewrite our entity type kind of as we go. Does our... Yeah, oh. Hold on, wait a second. Here, okay, here we grab an entity and we throw it into the Raven Mind. So to me, that's what we're actually targeting. When we're doing the spell, we are targeting our volunteer, our iron golems, or I'm like using cows because I don't know. They seemed there was already one around, so I just gave it some friends. Right, so the start of the spell targets our little cow buddies. Honestly, I don't know how they got out. I mean, obviously they got out from this, but yeah, like, start of the spell targets a cow buddy. And then the next part of the spell is we kind of make a very, very, very big list. With all of this in it. Because that number, this number here is actually 220. Which is like, that's surprisingly small. That's surprisingly small to draw 220. Kind of makes me wonder if you can just draw 200 by doing just 200 like this. Oh, that's 100. Okay, so yeah, 100, 100. 100 plus 10 times 2. Got it. 100 is kind of a nice spell. And we duplicate that with our Gemini. Is it that way? Yeah, so, it takes, oh gosh, the stack is really bad. So that puts 220 of something on the stack there. In fact, it appears to hit 220 of the second from the top iota. Actually, let's go ahead and test that. Hold on. 0, 1. Oh, I just put 110. Okay, yeah, I see what I did. Yeah. There we go. 0, 1, 2, and that's not gonna be a good. That's gonna be helpful. So this should put a bunch of 2s on the stack, right? Okay, yeah, exactly. All right, so it takes the top of the stack and it duplicates it however many number of times. Excellent. Where am I? Ah! That's my item types one. That's why I was trying to do it. So we don't need to add cow to this list. Well, wait. What is that actually? Excuse me, volunteer. I need to remember what actually happens with this. Okay, so that does put cow on the list. Alright. Good question. Iota embedding. You mean iota embedding? There's another video that's going to be more accurate for that. that actually has a picture of like an iota, like it has a bookkeeper's gambit in a intro retro pair. So here we pull a cow out, we get the cow's location, we switch its position. Yes. So this must be grabbing our arrows. So how do I put the arrows into an item type? Adds the item of the item in the of the adds the type of the item in the caster's offhand to the stack if there is one present. Okay, well let's go ahead and add that to my hand, I guess. Counterclockwise-ish. Use you, counterclockwise-ish. That feels wrong. What am I doing wrong? Hold on. Yep, okay, that was fine. And little envelope. So now we've got the type arrow. So I'll write arrows to my focus. Because I think the idea is that you're supposed to be able to use any, like if I do spectral arrow, that should be a different thing, right? Yes, that's an item type spectral arrow. So I should then be able to... I don't want to push to the stack. I need it pushed to a temporary thing. So I guess you then throw that into your focus. Maybe? Our focus now has spectral arrows. Yeah, that would be really cool, right? Just, you're obliterated by the things. So I should now have an entity in this focus, right? Like, you should have an entity in the focus? If I read out from the focus? Yeah, that should be an entity type. And that means that the rest of the spell should be grabbing the entity type. I actually put all of it, that's a focus artifact. That is a different spell. Okay, so you can't just drop it, has to be shot. Got it. So that may be what was wrong. We'll grab some soul sand so we get some bubbles. Well, I'm not going to try to that sounds really annoying. I don't want to do that. I don't want to classify. Does this work? I don't know. Also we're using impulse, so I probably need it to not be line of sight. Water. You make bubbles? Okay, you have some bubbles. That doesn't seem right. Okay. Oh, this is super annoying. Okay, so we do this, and then we hold the focus, and we do that. See, expected an entity or entity type at index 2 of the stack, but got central spectral arrow. So what is an entity type then? What is an entity type? Like literally, I just need to be able to get zone exaltation to do the thing. So, okay. So what you're saying is I can... Oh, I don't even understand. So I can like... Is this not an entity? Is this not an entity? Oh my gosh, it's a different color. So this is why I only ever do like mining and placing block and placing lights and things, because the rest of hex casting is so very, very dumb. So now I've got so theoretically I now have a special exceeded the size limit of the stack. And now there's a size limit of the stack. This is why I just explode things. Because what do you mean? Okay. What do you mean classify? Like, you people who are good at hex casting need to be slightly more stupid when they try to explain things to people. Because y'all just throw up, no, wait, you need to classify! That's awesome. That's amazing. Why is the item type, or the entity type not a thing? Just like a classifier's purification. So I can use a physician's purification. I can use a physician's purification. Is classifier? Is that like this says it's an iota from the stack and removes. I'm so sorry. Wow, I got very frustrated earlier today. I was going to just be kind of relaxed here, and I'm not. I'm not. I'm so not. Just so very not. Okay, physicians kind of makes sense. So I have to have an entity already on the stack for it. Beautiful. I don't know how to make this quieter for me than for you. I will make it very quiet for everyone. We're just gonna take it back a couple steps because it's like I shouldn't have to have. I mean, honestly, like a lot of people should not need to have my tutorials for the basic break spell, but they do, and I shouldn't need to have you like it's spelling things out for me word by word for this. Like it's. Especially since I'm already working with a tutorial, it's very frustrating. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so I need to have a thing on the stack and then the physician's purification, which means I want to make my life a lot easier than this. No, but except I need to have... Hold on. I need this to be in a focus. So, all right, our focus already has the arrow, so we'll read that in. Then, and also, does it matter? Okay, does it matter which one of these ones I have? Like, it has to be the floating arrow, right? It has to be the floating arrow. Okay, so physicians was. I already forgot what it looks like. The physician's spectral arrow type. Okay, sure. So now we've gotten 3 different ways to label arrows. And the arrows are going to despawn before I actually do anything. And we write it into our thing. Okay. And we look at our little cow. And we still have the size limit of the stack problem. Yeah, we're still exceeding the size limit of the stack. Because... So now the question is, are we exceeding the size limit of the stack because of the number of arrows I put in here? I literally have... not really holding it. There we go. Let's throw away the arrows. Let's find out how many I actually threw. Because I did not shoot that many. And I'm pretty sure that the stack limit problem is coming from the 220. I can't actually pick these up. There we go. I don't know where these are. Are they in me? Am I getting shot by them? Ugh. But I mean, I didn't shoot that many arrows. And I'm pretty sure that the stack size limit is not coming from the arrows, but is coming from the 220 that's in the spell, which makes me think, and this, again, people who are good at hex casting need to be a little stupider, makes me think that that OrbIsInOrbit was in fact working with a setting that he didn't share in his tutorial. Like, he already was working with Hexall without mentioning it, so the fact that he might have, like, done something that, like, changes the stack size limit could be the thing. Alright, I already know 110 will work. So... we are going to... I hate working with artifacts, but luckily we have our lovely little splice table. Okay, we're gonna let's make that number smaller and see if it makes everything better. So I should be able to use this focus on any sort of shot spectral arrows, so we'll just keep with that. Alright. So we will throw artifact in here? No, we can't because it's... Oh! I don't have the spell! Can I... My nose is so itchy. My nose is so itchy. I was so fine and then now my nose is so itchy. Okay. Can I change the thought knot around? Alright. So I think... Let's make sure this is actually what I expect it to be. Target, Hugin's, Vacant Reflection. Yeah, so this is basically what I think the spell is. Except I think that we want this reflection. I'm in creative. You should not need dust or whatever. Okay, get there. Sure. So we're gonna try switching out this 220 for a smaller number. In fact, we're gonna make it like a lot smaller. 100, right? Oh. Okay. The problem is I don't have the skills to write this out because I don't know what half of these spells are. Like, when I made this thought knot, I did it by having the by like looking up every single pattern in the hex book every time. Yeah, I don't even know. All right, well, we're gonna try. I'm gonna draw these wrong, so it's gonna be fine. We've got our beautiful entity. We have our beautiful, excuse you, a raven that likes to, a raven that remembers things. Probably, maybe not. I'm gonna check with the splicing table afterwards. Yeah, I don't remember Vacant Reflection at all. Are we ever writing? Nope. Oh, okay, yes, that's a good idea. Thank you. I'll use another focus. I think they should let the splicing table's already like a what you call it item, like a creative item. I think they should just let you edit thought knots in it. But I guess the main person who made it has it on a server or what, I don't know. Focus. And like I said, we're just gonna do like 100. Only we're not because nothing makes any sense. Okay, that's you come here. I don't want to nudge things right. I want to wait, I need an insert spot maybe? Maybe if I have an insert spot? Also, why is this mad? Like, it's just a number. Like, a number is not a problem. Anyway, here, and then we just, paste. We copy, we paste. We... I hate this. No, I don't. Selecting it doesn't help. That just lets me move this iota around. It doesn't let me add another iota to the thing. I can duplicate it. That's not helpful. How do I make what I've drawn in? Okay. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. Like, thank you for making this tool. But again, make it stupider. Be more stupid when you're making your stuff. Oh. Anyway. Like, I get Minecraft's a social thing. Like, people regularly talk about how, like, people learn Minecraft from learning, from talking to others. But That should now have 100 in it. Yay! So maybe it's good. Who knows? Oh, I'm not shooting it right. Okay. Oh, wait, now I've got to focus. Hold on, I need to make this focus into a... I need to make that, actually put that back on the stack and make it into a spell. Can I please have my staff? Thank you. I also don't like that stays in there. Like, no, I refuse to. It's supposed to work for 100. Like, the thing is having a problem because it had 220 empty lists on the stack. So, I can do up to 100 and it'll be fine. What am I doing? Oh yes, I am making an artifact. I'm doing great. So very great. So very great. Also, hey, Yuko. Artifact. I mean, if this works, there's no way in the world you could have gotten it from the tutorial. I'm just following the tutorial. I'm just following a very simple, short little tutorial. I mean, the list of patterns is pretty long, but the tutorial was really short. Am I feeling slightly better? Yes. Anyway, there we go. He's so pretty. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, counterclockwise. Imagine not knowing how the amethyst pattern, the artifact pattern is. Couldn't be me. Oh wow, that is really incredibly quiet. Awesome. No. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it'll do. So anyway, here's an artifact. And then we have our focus that has our focus with our spectral arrow type. And we're holding them. And we're just kind of being in that general area. And the size limit of the stack is the limit is done to do. Okay, hey. Anyway. You do whatever it is you need to do. Yeah, alright. So this is beautiful. We now have a piece of trash. Actually, these are both trash now. There we go. Throw those away. Maybe. Maybe not. It's supposed to just grab arrows in an area. Also, if I have to shoot the arrows to use them, the spell is stupid and I don't want to use it anyway. Like I want a spell. I don't want a spell that has to have them shot. I want a spell where I can just have, like, dump them on the ground. Or better yet, one that pulls them out of my inventory and does it. If I have to actually, like, have a bow and go boink, 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 boink first, like, it's so, yeah. And the idea is it's a spell that takes arrows and launch, like, I don't get where I would want this over just using explosion. Like the strongest bosses in the basic game only take like 3 explosion spells. No, I'm not looking up any other spells. This one already is hurting me enough. Oh, you already have to have Hexal for this. You already have to have Hexal for this spell. Wasn't mentioned in the description. Did I throw away the focus? I did. I did throw away the focus. I got excited and I threw it away. Okay, whatever. Luckily I kept the bot knot. Read. Well, here's the thing. In your defense, if there is just like a little like 6-minute video on like, here's a tutorial for my spell, you'd expect that you'd have a tutorial for the spell. Oh, it's in the, okay, never mind. It's like, right, wait, hold on. Did I? Gates is a sort of teleport thing. It works like... I think I may have put the wrong spell on... I may have put the wrong spell into that artifact. So that's okay. Read. There's that 100. Did I have a 100 before? Yeah, we don't know. I don't know what the stack size limit is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make that a You're okay. So I know that one definitely doesn't go there. All right. We've learned how to make this work now. We're just gonna put a 1, like literally a 1 in there. Now the problem is that this is, I think, controlling the size of the force of the thing. Maybe I don't want to be, maybe a 10. A 10 would be like good, right? Just like a beep. Okay, so there we go. We got it to the 10 here. We get this back. Get some amethyst. Get a new artifact. And this is why we use creative mode to try stuff out. And then we... Beautiful. Let's move our cursor to the right place. Amethyst shard, switch it around. 1, 2, 3, counterclockwise. So, you like link yourself to it, and then when you close it, you go there. Okay. So, hypothetically, this should be everything we need. Make new bubbly arrow. The thing is I have to do... See, that's the other thing, is like you have to do enough that it doesn't... Okay. Okay, so it's... The size limit of the stack is being affected by something different. I don't know what it is. It's not... Like, there's no way that that's the problem. Okay. Well... Read this out. Put my location on the stack. Put a number on the stack. And let's just make sure that this zone distillation does something. Okay, so we are in fact grabbing spectral arrows. These all have... Those are little pictures. Yeah, I put a link to the tutorial with this whole spell in, like a bit that has like a bigger picture. Like I put a link to the video I'm trying to follow in the description, I think. That was the goal. That was the goal. I pretty sure I did it. Maybe. I just do flux disintegration here and see something. Is this the way around for flux? Okay, yeah, it's literally 4 arrows. Oh, and is the null the problem? Why are we grabbing a null in the course of this event? Yeah, and it probably actually worked, which, you know, would be a fun change. I mean, the spell is know this spell isn't going to work as anticipated. Because, like, right here we're throwing... I'm so confused as to what happens here. We make a vacant list. We get the size of the list. Right? Like, that's the size of our stack. Maybe counterclockwise? Let's try. Counterclockwise. Nope, let's try clockwise. Yeah, okay, so we get the size of the stack. No, but that's just not... So one of the things that this spell does is it doesn't try to, like, pick up, like, item frames and other entities that happen to be in your area. It picks up, like, that specific entity type, which I do kind of appreciate, that you are only going to be trying to launch arrows at people so that you don't, you know, like, that part's not difficulty. We are grabbing the list of spectral arrows. So we have, and then we're going to, for each arrow, we are going to take the size of the list, no, the size of the stack. Why are we taking the size of the stack? We're taking the size of the stack and subtracting 1, which gives us our stack size. I think I'm missing a Phlox Disintegration in here. No? I think I must be missing something. But I don't... That's not the part that I'm concerned about. I can't change directions. I can't change paths. Let me just see if I've missed the Phlox Disintegration, because I'm pretty sure I might have. Wow. This is the person who made the repulsion field, which is, like, so cool. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to watch the break. I kind of want to watch the tutorial for when I actually know to see whether it helps at all. Wisps. Okay, let's see. So sorry. I'm just going over to somebody else's video in the middle of a stream. I'm not smart enough to be able to actually put it on the thing, so. Nope. Shoot, I'm not missing any iotas. That's disappointing. I was really hoping I was missing an iota. Because what's going on here doesn't make any sense to me. Does he explain? Hold on, let me check this transcript. Does he explain about the... Give it... Okay, so we're trying to throw 220 impulses onto the arrow. But do I even need it to be... Do I need it to be just one arrow then? No. Why are we demonstrating the spell you already demonstrated in the other video? Because that's how it happens. That's how I do stuff too. You get the entity I want to target. Okay, yeah. Look at an entity I collect, store in the Raven Mine. Beautiful, because that way, that's good. I'm going to do it for every single arrow. It starts with an empty list. For every single arrow, you can think it starts with the arrow itself. It has the entity before, then empty. So you have empty list. You have you have the arrow and then the empty list. Then it duplicates the impulse a whole bunch. I'm so sorry, I'm not seeing chat. It counts how many things are in the stacks in the stack. Then subtract 1. The very bottom item duplicates. Okay, so we're duplicating the arrows and turn it to in its position. Then I get the entity I want to hit, its position. Yep, switch them around. Beautiful. Vector towards the entity. It's like taking your impulse vector and multiply by 100. So you divide it by 15, which I got. Am I actually... Maybe I should just double check that I have everything written out how I expect it to be. Okay, well, at least I did confirm that they never actually explained how to get the entity type. So that's good. I've got that going for me. Da 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 da. Oh, I was saying the wrong. That's okay. All right. Mind's reflection, impacts, scouts, Hugin, vacant reflection. I'm literally just making sure that I type this right. Clock's reflection, yep. -1, added Fisherman's Gambit 2. Gemini, compass purification 2. Do I have an extra compass purification, maybe? Nope. I don't know if it matters with compass purification. Then we switch the position of those, subtract. Okay, so yeah, we're getting the location of the arrow and the location of our target and switching them and subtracting the difference between them so we know where the arrow needs to go to. Dividing that result of how far it has to travel by 15. Division, yep. And we have an impulse. So it's impulsing in that direction, -15, but then it impulses it 200 times. Okay. This 10 is here because I put that in. They actually used a 220 in this place. Duplicating what's currently on the stack 220 times. And then this is where we grab our arrows. Okay, so we have our list of arrows. So we do all of this grabbing and impulsing to everything on the list of arrows. You don't know what I'm concerned about. Okay, well, I'm glad this was easy and not confusing for you. Maybe we'll just use your... Yeah, I mean, the entity installation, other than the fact that I didn't know how to get the entity form type to be right, is not actually... Like, we've already figured that one out. Like, we have a list of arrows and we're doing impulse things to it. But now we have, like, the stack is too... There's too much on the stack. Which... Which I could understand when it was 220. But I don't understand when it didn't work with both 100. Because, like, I was able to put a stack that was that big. Alright, let's just see what this vacant reflection Gemini thing does. How do I get vacant reflection? No, that's wrong. Welcome back. I'm gonna look up vacant reflection here. What was it? Is it a list manipulation? Probably, right? List manipulation. Vacant reflection. Ah, okay. So we've got sort of a hourglass situation going on. Right, so we have a vacant reflection, we have some number, and we've got our beautiful Geminis. That puts 10 of them onto the stack. Okay. So that is doing that thing, only not really. Because it's not really doing that. It's doing all the rest of this a dozen times. Okay, so let's see what the rest of this is. So we get... Hold on, I'm just going to put like a thing onto the stack. Like a couple of things. Then we get the size of the stack. Right? Hold on, let me grab... Do you want to break this? Can I actually do this? Yes, okay, so we get the size of the stack, and we subtract 1 from it. Okay, so now we have the size of the stack minus 1. Join the club. So this should be grabbing... I'm so confused because Fisherman... Okay, what does Fisherman's Gambit 2 do? It is definitely Fisherman's Gambit 2, right? I think it's under list manipulation. That'll be a stack manipulation. Stack manipulation. Yeah, so we're using Fisherman's Gambit 2. And it's going to copy... Why would we want this? I don't understand why we would want this one. Okay, so this should copy index 1, which should be me. Okay. Why is 10 index 1? Isn't the stack indexed from 0? I need me 0 and then we'll grab 1 again. Pumpkins. So what I expect to get to the top of the stack here, I expect this 1 to get replaced with the 0 because 0, 1. But it's going to get replaced with me because this mod hates me. 10. How is it 10? Grabs the element in the stack indexed by the number and brings it to the top. If the number is negative, moves the top element of the stack down that many numbers. And this one is supposed to copy. What in the actual heck? I don't think it's supposed to be this. I mean, let's be fair. The stuff that I use, the stuff where I make, the stuff that I use in like every playthrough that has hex casting is not this complicated. It's only when you do stupid things like, I want to be able to one-shot the Ender Dragon, that it gets complicated. And there's simpler ways of doing that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1. Fisherman's. Neither do I, but it's not working the way it's supposed to be working. I mean, it's kind of... It's like a reverse locators. Oh, good. We have all the experts here. The number will turn into anything. It's like Fisherman's Gambit, but instead of moving the iota, it copies it. Fisherman Gambit grabs the element in the stack indexed by the number and brings it to the top. I put a 1 here. It should have grabbed 0 and brought it to the top. It grabbed 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, any way you count it, that 3 was not in index number 1. Hypothetically, if I use the fisherman's thing here, we should get an arrow because it shouldn't have any ability. Oh, there is so much lore and it's evil. Hex Casting is like one of the most evil mods out there. You know how to make the 3 index 1? By programming it wrong? Oops. Oh, it actually has lore for why villagers are as they are. Yay, squigglies. You pop the number on the top. Okay. Because that's how the stack works for every other instance. Actually, you know what? Let's find out. I feel like that's... You're right, that would make sense. Last in, first out. Every other example indexes from the bottom. You should read it. Like, you can just give yourself the lore fragment, give yourself a media cube and creative and read through it because a lot of the impact of the lore is the kind of seeing how it was written and coming to the realization of the true horror of how this magic is working. Okay. I am using 1.20.1. Yep. Yanks the 3rd iota from the top of the stack. See, all these other ones... Oh no, they are counting from the top. Okay, sleep well. Yeah. It's on... Is it? I mean, it's in the Hex book. All of the lore fragments. Okay, so that makes sense. Alright, I feel less dumb. I feel more dumb, but like more understanding of what's actually going on. So we are... Alright, we get a list. Well, okay, so like when we write out this, here's index 0, right? In our list, here our first thing that we put into our list is index 0. But all of a sudden, I'm at index 1 of the list. I'm at index 0. Now I'm at index 1. Oh, congratulations. I'm glad that it went well enough that you're filling up for hanging out for a stream. Like, so all of a sudden, this iota, so in our list here, in our list here, it doesn't matter how much I write afterwards. I don't care. I understand that's how the programming people did it. And this goes back to smart people need to be stupider. Because the first thing that you put into something should continue to be the first thing that you put into something. Like, just... I also feel like when you're explaining about how stacks work, and you've clearly written it in a way that, like... like, this is clearly written in a way that is expecting that you don't know what a stack is at all. You should be explicitly stating how these things are indexed in this. Like, that's all. That, okay, but again, that should be actually written out. Because it's not, it doesn't make sense that the index of your IOTA changes as you add more things on top of it. It doesn't make any sense. And if it is, and if you are going to have some sort of convention like that, you should state it explicitly in your documentation, instead of just kind of like assuming that everybody who's doing your mod is some sort of like programming ultra genius. Because then otherwise you'll only get programming ultra geniuses able to do your mods until somebody comes along who's stupid and can explain it word by word by word. Amen. In their defense, it is on a website. Also, hi. Oh, and also good news. Hold on. Oh, wait, did I? Okay, I got it. That's fun. Yeah, and you shouldn't have, like, the video game should make it so that other stack programming languages are intuitive, not you need to be intuitive to do this thing. So remember the G of obliteration? It actually, in this version, is the, where is it? I literally just drew it. What? It's the trapezoid of obliteration. How do I? I'm so confused. I literally just... Okay, well, anyway, there was a trapezoid of obliteration, but the G of obliteration isn't there. I mean, they give... They're just too smart to write their documentation for their own stuff. Like, all of these people. Like, let's take a look at vectors, right? Like, that's a primer on vectors. Like, their information about vectors is literally going off about how psi is named, and then a link to a statistics YouTube channel. Yes, because they look at that and they're like, I understand it, and they understand it because they're smart, so they need to be dumber. They need to be dumber before they're allowed to write documentation. Yeah, I mean, I get there's a lot of people who wouldn't be confused. It's just that, like, a lot of the times when people... I don't know, like, you get this feeling like, oh, you didn't know that? I don't, like, they don't understand that they would have needed to explain it. Like, until you're like, oh, I get why it's behaving that way. I mean, I guess I could probably have figured out that it was always that second one down, but, yeah. But does it even have anything to do with vectors? Because when I click through it to try to find... Because remember, I started out with hex casting with not being able to clear the grid. I was sitting here with, like, just, one of those was actually a symbol. Like, I had, like, this mess, and I was sitting there trying to figure it out, and just, ugh. And that video didn't help with anything. Like, they call it a primer, and then it's just not a primer. Anyway, I'm sorry. It frustrates me because I know how easy it is to do a tutorial for this mod that actually can be understood. Like, it's so easy. They just have to be willing to accept that other people don't know how to do things. Anyway, so that didn't actually help at all because I still don't know what's going on with this. All right, inside this, we get the list size. We subtract 1 from the list size by adding 1. then we... So if we have the full list size and we grabbed that, we would grab the bottom one. So this is going to grab the second from the bottom thing, which means we're going to grab the thing above the arrow. We have an arrow on the stack, right? And we have a vacant list on the stack. So we're grabbing our vacant list. We are duplicating our vacant list. When we get to this point, what do we actually have on the list? We had an arrow, and we have a... Oh, well, I have an interpretation of a speech that she gave that shoot, I don't know which way Petra goes. I think she the spicing table is from our beautiful Hex debug. Anyway, but my first viewing of it when I was in a particularly grumpy mood was that she was deliberately making the mod inaccessible, and that is actually a big part of why I made tutorials, because I got mad at that and was like, fine, I am going to just straight up give step-by-step instructions for everything. Like, I'm watching that later after knowing more about the mod. I didn't have quite the same interpretation of it, but my first impression was that they were deliberately gatekeeping it. Like, the Hex Casting community as a whole just did not want other people to know about their special magic mod. Like, and I guess, I don't know, it just drives me crazy. So at this point, we're putting conservation 2. Okay, so we must be grabbing the arrow. Okay, so all of this is... We have a vacant Hold on. Yeah, I mean, not being able to cut and paste spells, okay, sure. But, like... There's also people who don't like Project E. Like, just don't put it on your server. And I know that I think they're, like, the Britannia dev doesn't want there to be numbers things. And up until now, I'd only used, like, I haven't done a lot with stack manipulation. Okay, so somehow... How are we getting the arrow onto the stack here? We do all of this pattern. So everything in between intro retro is happening to every single arrow that we're grabbing. Oh my gosh. Alright, I have to take a little break. I will be right back. See you in a bit. Did you miss me? I missed you. Hello again. Hello, hello, hello. Yay! I feel better now. I mean, I do, but my nose still doesn't. Hello, please be doing the thingy. Woohoo! Okay, well, for anybody who's coming back and joining me, and anybody who's still here, I think I need to look at this section of the thing. I need a copy of this focus. I need to take a section of this focus out. Can I read? Yes, I can. So... I just want to find out what happens with this spell. Okay, so we're going to do... This? Okay, wait, no, I don't want that. I want to make a copy of the spell. Copy. Oh, hold on. Yeah! We're going to read this in. And we're going to write it out into this. Like that we won't. Right. Write it out to this focus. Okay. So now we've got our basic spell that we're going to keep hold of. Which is also on this artifact. It's all good where everybody's happy. So here I want to actually go ahead and I want to just go ahead and delete several of these things. Okay, and we're doing all of this. We're going to delete this because we're not using Munins. That. In fact, all of this stuff is about... We're just going to try to get the location of an arrow in our area. And I think I want to put... Reveal. What does reveal look? Is that reveal? Yeah, okay, so we're going to just try to push this information about the arrow to the stack. Maybe? That may work. That may work to do something. Okay. And then we need to make our bubbles. Okay, then we hold this. And we're going to just execute it. No, we're going to read it. And execute it. Okay. Except we knew that wasn't going to be possible, right? Because of that. We can work with it. Okay. So we read it. And then we grab our focus of type. Focus of spectral arrow. And we execute. Okay. So what I currently have is a list of... Okay, so that seems to be doing what we want it to do. That does what we want it to do. Because that is in fact the positions of all the spectral arrows. Right? 12 yeah. This is where all those spectral arrows are. So for every single arrow, we're getting its location. So it must be something going wrong with how the impulse is working. Okay. So what could be going wrong with how the impulse is working? So then we take, for every single arrow, we also get the location of our target, which we had saved. You know, we had saved our entity. We had saved our little cow entity and its location. We grab its location and we switch the difference between those. So we now have how far away the arrow is from where we want the arrow to be. We then take that whole distance and divide it by 15. And then we impulse it. Where is our... What is happening with our numerical refraction section 10 at this stage? So what is actually all being affected by that impulse section? Nope, this is the one. This is... So that's still part of what's happening to the arrow. For the arrow, we get its location, get the difference between it, and we do an impulse. And then we are taking... Okay, we're taking that whole thing and splitting it out to the stack. So we're doing the difference between the difference of the arrow and where it's supposed to go however many times. Do I have an extra Hermes in here? Maybe? Kind of hope I have an extra Hermes in here. That makes my life a lot easier. I don't know. I'm literally just trying to understand how this thing works. Nope, there's 2 Hermes. Okay. I mean, that's a good question. Why is it all the arrows? Actually, the way the demonstration shows, it makes me wonder if we are actually getting... I mean, doing all the little tiny impulses is supposed to just make it cheaper, so that's cool. We got that going for us. Oh, so in the demonstration, he's only using it with 1 arrow. Am I messing up how this entity grabbing is supposed to work? We already have the entity on the staff. Why would we be writing it? Maybe that's a macro? Entity type is stored. Like in the demonstration, he actually shoots like a half dozen iron golems all at once. Which feels like a different thing. Okay, this is... I mean, this is back to the most annoying Britannia tutorial ever. Also, I keep running into these situations. Yeah, we're saving that entity for later. We only have the one. We only have the one entity. We only have the one target entity. So that's gotta be fine. I mean, we want to impulse the arrows into our target. I think that maybe the Hermes Gambitses are not acting as we would expect. So right, like coming along here. Why are we having a Hermes Gambit in this location? So this is repeating all of this onto the stack however many times. Like they use 220. Like, why are we exceeding the size limit of a stack? Am I just using the wrong compass purification? That could be the case. Oh wow, look what the stack is deciding to do. Download. Why are you like that, cow? You know, this is why you end up in holes, cows. Anyway. And if I do compass purification 2. Okay, 7.5, 63. I mean, like, that literally should just be negative 63. Yeah, it's just like, I'm looking at the cows. Okay, so maybe I need to grab the cow's head. If this is it, I might feel very, very silly, but, you know, let's try that. Compass purification. Let's try that. Uh-huh. Yep, I don't understand that at all. I'm so sorry. I just don't. It is the one I just pulled out of there. Yes, okay. Oh, I could have done this without... Well, it's fine. Would it be cool if every time you got out a new artifact, Hex Casting just gave you, like, a different color? Like it had, like, a little rainbow of artifacts you gathered? You could, like, designate its color. That'd be fun. My nose is so itchy. Oh yeah, probably. It probably is a lot simpler. I just, it's more to do with how my brain is not greening right now. Well, I don't know, I keep giving them. Cool, okay, that feels like progress. I'm pretty sure I just made that arrow just shoot into there. Okay. Awesome. So I got it working now. Insofar as it can work. What would be amazing is if I could literally just, like, dump those and, like... Badness. Okay. Yep, okay, so I finally have it actually working. Yeah, that's just the nadir. Sadness, okay. Wow, this is so stupid. Oh, and the demonstration, he was like, "Boop, boop." Wait, let's see here. Maybe? Probably? Let's see if I can do this. Okay, hold on. Boop, boop. Bubbles. Bubble bubbles. This is hilariously bad. Wow, this is the worst spell ever. Does your spell require you to have to be able to, like, have arrows floating in a puddle to do it? Wait, isn't there something like a trapdoor? Oh, yeah, that's a thought. Yeah, no, this is so bad. No, that's actually worse, because then I don't have... Oh, this is so stupid. This is such a stupid spell. Like, it literally only makes sense in that one, in the demonstration format. So dumb. This is the the worst thing is this is a Hexal this is the Hexal version. Or it does require Hexal. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that I have the patience of a very impatient thing, like, I don't know, like a grumpy 2-year-old, or, I don't know, something very impatient. Let's try with the trapdoor, because I think there was a thing with a trapdoor, right? That you can, like, shoot arrows into a trapdoor and it does something, maybe? Oh, you're done. Okay. Okay, so maybe like that, and then we have our, I have to have my little blue focus, because that's the other thing, is it requires, like, 3 sets of hands. Okay, whatever. Yep, okay, that was not it. Okay, I don't even. Yeah, I don't know what we're trying to do here. That was way... I'm pretty sure that was working, but man, is that an annoying thing to use. Like, you can't use it in the nether, because you have to have the bubbly arrows. They have to already be fired. I mean, I guess you could, like, if you were better at it than me, which is not hard. I mean, you can do that kind of trick shot, I guess. I'll never be able to target it, but, you know, we can just, yeah, look up. Ooh. Maybe I killed a cow. Maybe not. Okay. And then you just wait for it to come down and... Let's come with it. Oh, wait, it's trying to target the cow, maybe? Maybe it's trying to target the cow? I don't know. Okay, anyway. There we go. Alright, so the good news is I figured out how to make the spell work. Through you guys literally explaining to me one by one. So now I guess I could make a tutorial or something, but you know, meh. Computer craft's another challenging one. Like, you gotta have a lot of brains for that. So, officially impressed. Did I not kill those chickens? Oh, they must have spawned in new. Sounds good. You should do that. Yeah, it makes sense. ChatGPT is generally good for things. In fact, what you may find, my husband's actually been taking like a class that involves doing a lot of work with these language learning models, annoyingly, but like you can ask it questions and it'll be like, it appears that you're trying to program something in computer craft in Minecraft. Like, it'll be able to tell from your question about that. You're thinking of making a tutorial for it? Make a tutorial. When I made my first set of tutorials, I was seriously expecting that would make it so that some of the people who, like, are actually really good at the mod would be like, and here's the basics. Like, the fact that I was hoping that, like, if the fact they didn't have to explain the basics would, like, help them do more tutorials, and nobody did. I can't believe the compass purification was... It's all because I was aiming at the cow's toes. I confused it. I didn't know what to do with the cow's toes. Well, that was fun. Let's go to actually a completely different world. Because I actually did... Thank you. I appreciate that. I will say that my my view counts and whatever totally reflect that. That people are just like, here's how you can do it. I actually made... Well, you know, it's not... It's weird, like, saying that, like, you made a spell in this mod because, like, everything is literally just piecing stuff together until you get to these, like, clever little tricks where you're, like, rotating, or, like, the person who recently did their, like, matrix algebra work. No. Oh, I'm in a cave. Oh, I know where this is. Haha. Do-do-do-do-do-do. EP0, ED0, maybe? Please don't mean a wall. That feels like a wall. Oh, that's an ocean. Okay, good. We can work with that. Oh, there's no land. Oh, I'm in survival. Game mode. Creative. Okay. Biome. Peaks. Full growth taiga. Sure. And we will go to there. And then we'll teleport ourselves up. Hold on. PP, squiggle, wiggle. 130, squiggle. Beautiful. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. I have dozens of fans. Baker's dozens. They come in odd numbers. Yes, that's very cute. There's a name I haven't heard of in a while. Kind of like started doing real stuff. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna want a focus and an artifact. I was actually just recently I was asked to try to, like, break a server recently to kind of test its robustness. Ooh, what's that structure? That sounds really cool. I, for a while, was a fan of the fans of Doctor Who, and then I kind of lost interest. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this spell is really, really simple. First thing I want to do with the spell is, can I put that on? Do I actually have a copy of it? Okay, good. Ew, that's a really large grid size. Why is that grid size so bad? Okay. I mean, it's literally just the most basic stuff, so. Okay. Oh my gosh! I put quests in this mod pack! We can't work both at the same time, I'm very sad. Anywho, what was I doing? Okay. I mean, I honestly just suggested Hex Casting and Hexall, because the list of things that are actually Forge compatible for 120.1 is pretty non-existent. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so this is actually what I did recently on the server. So first we're going to go ahead and just give ourselves a casting artifact, because life is always better with a casting artifact. Look at that, we've got a pattern. Beautiful. Then we have some charged amethyst. Artifact. This is not some. This is what I'm going to do here is incredibly expensive, and I literally was just doing it as a way to see how the server could handle it. So do not panic when you see what happens here. Okay. Okay. So I don't actually know what's on the server yet then. But it's fine because I didn't really do it. Like hex casting itself doesn't do that much. It's how it interacts with. I might be able to fit this in here. I think I have just enough room for this pattern. Let's see if I do. Also, why are the goggles worse than the scrying lens? Can you please? Beautiful. We got those invisible little dots. Alright, so we got our little casting things. Oh my gosh, hex casting in large grid. Now here's actually where you can you could have fun with like a skill set or having an origin related to things. Infinite. Is that please tell me that's a time limit. I don't know what's good here. I will do 4. Oh my goodness, look at the little teeny things. Oh my god, the little baby iodas. Look at them, they're so cool. Okay, I'm better now. Anyway, so I'm just going to hold on. I want to see what my entities is. Entities. We're gonna zone distillation. We're gonna zone distillation and make our lives better. I want to zone distillation non-player. I think that'll be funniest. So we are going to go clockwise, counterclockwise, angle up. So first we're going to get, yeah, that's fine. We'll just grab, it's so beansy, it's so cute. It's actually kind of annoying for you guys, sorry. I did set it to infinite, yeah. Actually, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, can I make this like, if I do 2, does it do times 2, or does it make my grid more of a normal, oop, hold on, I have something stronger, shrink grid, wait, hold on. Effect, clear me. Beautiful. Then we're going to go ahead and make a 2. Okay, that's, you guys can actually see in that. Infinite is the same thing as any other effect. So it means it lasts for, it just keeps lasting. Like if you give yourself, so I'm in creative here doing this testing, right? So if you give yourself like infinite night vision, it's the same sort of thing. But for your purposes of doing like origins or skills or whatever, Yeah. Wait. Oh, yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Will it overwrite that? So you see how these are spaced together really close together? That's literally what it does, is it makes it so you have more room to work with in your grid. No. The effect is called Hex Casting in large grid. You also can shrink grids. If you have some reason that you want somebody to be like have a very limited amount they can do in hex casting, they will hate you. But you know, it's fine. Okay, so you have in the range of that block by 20 blocks in 20 around 20 blocks of that thing. We want to go. We're gonna grab every non-player entity. Hold on, I need to hold on. I'm about to do a dumb. Oh god, I'm about to do a dumb. Hold on, I need a list of patterns first. Actually, I'm okay. Well, that's fine. We got that. We gotta do this, and we're going to do a get the location, level 10. All y'all who know hex casting know what this little guy does. Ooh, how do I put these together so it's right? Oh no, I'm doing a dumb. Block that. Nope, I'm messing it up. Okay. Life is hard. Okay. We are going to target a block first. No, there's other things. Oh, there's a potion for it. Oh, nifty. We target our block. We are going to do list of patterns. We're going to do this list of patterns to this list of patterns to the list of entities that we're going to get from Artifact. It said that I couldn't put a 2 on because I already had a 4 applied. So I think it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I'm so sorry. How are we grabbing this? We got that location. I'm doing a dumb, aren't I? How did I get this before? We target this block. Does that list get pushed to the stack? Oh, don't. I'm gonna pick a random origin. Don't do anything special for me on that. Having it'd be amazing at some point to have a like mage caster skill set at something, but that's something I want to work on. Grab the location. Yep. Okay, we're fine. Location. Grab a 10. There we go. And now we'll do it from this. I don't know if this is actually going to work. It feels like I'm going to do something stupid here. I may have to actually go into the... Oh, I put it on the server and the server's not going to be running, is it? But whatever. In there. And an area of about 20 blocks around it. We are going to clockwise, counterclockwise, and boing. Okay, maybe this will do something. I don't know. If not, it's fine. I can rewrite it. Then we are going to write it. And then I think what we're going to be getting is... Oh, let's not go with the cat. Need an entity. Okay. Did I not do? I did not do. Shoot. Page. Okay. I mean, honestly, like... So my idea had been to pick something random and then pick what I was doing based on that. But, like, if you make a specialized origin, I want to try it out. So, like... I'm targeting that block. I swear I did this before, but maybe I'm wrong. Entity, get the location of it. don't... The thing that really baffles me here is I absolutely did that. List of patterns. Then we're going to get a list of entities. Clockwise. Counterclockwise. Gives you counterclockwise and boop. Yep, okay. I forgot to do thoths. Nuggets and fish crackers. I forgot to do thoths. Which actually might be my original one is better. Well, whatever, we'll find out. We'll find out. I just forgot to do thoths. Okay, come here, volunteer. Oh, I was right. I did mess that up. Okay. Anyway. We're gonna get this. I'm going to absolutely be able to do this. Do I need a Hermes in here? Oh. Yeah, the ad spell was really good. I needed to have lists. I needed to have the intro. I needed the intro retro paranet. Am I doing a dumb? I feel like I need a Hermes here. Let's put a Hermes in it. Yeah, because everybody likes a Hermes, right? I am so doing this something completely bad. The technology tree. How I don't understand how a skill tree would help with technology. Like, what are you thinking with that? I am actually getting really good at this non-player zone distillation thing. Oh, did I maybe... I don't actually want to target the entity. I want to target the block by the entity, maybe. The sad thing is like, this absolutely was working before on the server. Oh. Why? Why are you not vectoring me? I put a vector, I put a vector in that. Because it wants the zone distillation. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yes, you're very nice. Thank you. On the center of this block, we've got a list of patterns. I absolutely am gonna get this any second now. Any second now. Do I even need that Hermes Gambit there? I don't know if I even need the Hermes Gambit there. You think so? Okay. Oh, I forgot to put a number in that one. It's gonna mess up again. It's okay. I forgot to put a number in that one now. I'm just doing so good. Wait, but index 1 of the stack. Index 1. Oh shoot, index 1. Which means it is going to want to be on the thing. It's not going to work. Right. I don't know why I'm so at stuff sometimes. Oh, that's cute. Okay, let's get back over here. Right there, we're gonna get ourselves a little space. Why are you like this? Here, have some media. Stupid game. Okay. Okay, there we go. So what this is doing is it's taking every single entity and giving a level 10 explosion. Yeah, man. I wrote that so fast the other day on the server. I don't know what why I was so bad at it today. Anyway, and so as you break blocks, more blocks are there, and it is grabbing all of those and giving them their own little private explosion. And so you can just kind of do this. I left the Hermes Gambit in there. Yeah, we don't need a Hermes Gambit in that. You are absolutely right. We don't need a Hermes Gambit. Did I have my spicing table? Okay, I guess I've been on a new one. This is so expensive. I actually am kind of terrified to find out how expensive it is. We'll just go ahead and... Seriously. Seriously? Okay, whatever. Let's see if we have any other... Oh, I think all the entities went away. Sad. Oh, that exploded them all. Oof, it... Hee-hee! Hee-hee! Ah. That's really fun. I have so much fun with that. It's not actually recursive. I am having to fire it off newly each time. Now with a wisp or something, I think you could make a recursive one. Although it does kind of feel, doesn't it feel like some of those explosions are happening more? It feels like you're getting 2 sets of explosions each time. This is such a, creative only thing, and it's really just so very, very simple. Zone distillation. Locate structure. Villager outpost. Thank you. Please take me there. And we'll go ahead and teleport up above them. Oh! No, this is so sad. Oh, no, Abuelita. Oh, why is your house like this, Abuela? You're gonna die. Also, hi, Gollum. Bye, Gollum. I mean, that was... Oh, so much for that. Why are you still around? Your Albert slab. It's your very own slab. Bye-bye. Have a switch trap door. It's your doom! Hi! Ignore the, I am going to use what I learned from this experience of whining and complaining and have people telling me things one by one. I am going to use it to make a tutorial that kind of like explains what's going on with the other person's spell. I honestly think that there are better options for like the railgun option. But I don't know what those are, so I'll go and explain it. It'll be good. Like there are some assumptions of knowledge that he made, and that's what worries me a little bit. I am having way too much fun obliterating things. Also, oh. Okay, I said I did, yes. Hi, cows! Whee! One thing that kind of upsets me about about the skill tree, no. But you have to understand. Okay, Shark, this is creative only because you physically can't hold enough energy to fire off the spell. If I tried to do this in survival, I would die. Actually, let's see. Let's see how bad it is. Because it also like the first part of the spell not so bad. I'm going to totally. the first part, like, so your first hit, right, where you have like one item. Oh no, this is gonna be a lot. Isn't bad. But this sort of situation, so we are at 2560, which you can't get in regular hex casting. Just having it. So the reason I have this 2560 is because I increased the stack sizes in this mod pack. So, oh dear. That only used that didn't use 1,000. Oh, hey, look at that. I found a, oh my god. That's like basically completed. What the heck? Oh wait, never mind. I have a media cube. Wait, I have a media cube and it's still using it? No, it's fine. There's probably ways to glitch it out. The one thing that hex casting has a lot of trouble with is picking up items. There you are. Okay. I should make a break spell. But 1,000 media. Actually, I can't even get 1,000 media. Glitches. Oh, with not glitches. Okay. I thought there was something like with how blocks worked when they were dropped and stuff. That like, I do find it kind of funny that like this water being here makes it look like the portal was just made from that. Whee! And I don't remember what this actually is. Oh, the quenched ally. Yeah. Honestly, if you're getting to the point where you're using quenched allies, you're already kind of far enough in that that's not the right thing. I need block, maybe? Seriously? We're not calling them block. Okay, they've changed the name of it again. Patterns? Levels. I thought it was a spell. Pattern manipulation they have now. I want to try out the gun thing. That is in fact in this. This is not available for fabric. I don't know anything about that one. I should learn about it. I honestly put it into this pack put it into the pack with the thought that people who want to do hex casting thing would have a chance to do it. Sleep well. Next week's post tonight, right? What am I looking for? Me. Because one was basic patterns. It's not basic patterns. I thought it was spells. Maybe it's basic spells. Index basic spells. Nope. I think it's block. It was block works before. Blocks. Oh, just blocks. No. Why are you so stupid, game? Block manipulation. Oh my gosh. Okay, counterclockwise. Got like a little Triforce thing going on. I like that we don't. Oh, right. Gotta have a block. So I guess we have to ignite the surface of the block. Or did I do the wrong? I thought that was fine. Huh. Okay. Really? I didn't know the ignite had to be on the surface. Oh. I didn't know that ignite needed to be on the surface of the block. Live and learn. This is literally just adds one. Like I literally just all of that was just adding one. Thank you. Wait. No! All of my hopes and dreams have been destroyed. Oh no. Am I going to be able to do it? Wait, how do I do this one? What am I doing wrong? Oh, there you go. Okay. Hey! I still have one. Whee! Should I have made this into a focus or something? Absolutely. There we go. We'll do the most cursed one of this yet. Good catch. I'm glad somebody's paying attention. Certainly wasn't going to be me. Exactly. Got our Picasso moment. Oop. Hold on. Meow. Meow. Beep. Woohoo! Oh, this is a nice big portal too. Hello! Hi, Nether! How you doing, Nether? Oh! Got bad news for you, Nether. You're very explosive. Maybe... So you know how in like ancient times they would like use they'd do augury or whatever, and they'd like read the future by like looking at the entrails of the sacrificed animal, or they'd read the future by like looking at like how many auspicious birds flew overhead and stuff. What if you'd had like fortune telling based on the number of like the formation of the lava specks? I see from your future that you are about to stop watching a stream. Bye!